So once again, we are in the class of computer and we are doing our chapter number 3, which is about Let's Learn Access 2010. Yesterday, I have told you, or in the previous class, I have told you that there are so much significances to use a database system. I have told you if you will combine row and column in a very organized manner, then it will be referred as table. But when we are studying the database management system, that means DBMS, then we don't consider the table as table. We call it a relation. We call it as a database. Okay. And in database, we may relate so many tables simultaneously. And what you call row is a record or a tuple, and you refer a column as fields. Okay. So you say column is equals to fields. And yes, if you are joining more than one table, then it will be referred as relation. So that's why it is known as the relational database management system. What is the database? Database is nothing but when we are dealing with a several kind of data, that means several kind of tables, then it is referred as the database. And if I talk about the database management system, so any software, any tool from which we use our database, we create, we manipulate, we delete and update our database, our table, our relation, then it is known as the DBMS. Why it is known as the MS? That means the management system, because we are using a software tool which is managing systematically. Okay, so that's why once we are considering the software, that's why we are saying this as a database management system. Okay. So now, yesterday I have told you about the first interface, how you can access the Microsoft Access. Okay. And now we will discuss its tools, its bar one by one. So the very first bar which we are going to start is title bar. The title bar presents at the top of the Access window, yes, obviously, and displays the name and path of the current database. Okay. And it also contains the control buttons to minimize, maximize, and close the Access window. Here you can see that this is our title bar and it is containing 3 buttons: close, minimize, or maximize buttons. Okay. So this is our title bar. It's also containing the heading of our Access, or you can see the database. Next one is ribbon. The ribbon provides commands used for performing various tasks in Access. That means it is providing very much type of commands. The ribbon is divided into various steps which contain set of options related to particular type of task. That means it will include several kind of tabs. Tabs means what? Options. Okay. And then these options will help us to use the Access because it will provide us particular type of task. And each tab is divided into one or more groups of options related to a particular activity. If you are considering a group of activity, that means you are considering more than one option. As simple as you can see this. Okay. So the tabs that appears in the Access 2010 ribbon are, so what we include in ribbon, we include home, create, external data, database tool, and etc. So some tabs appear in the ribbon according to the object we are working on currently. That means here you can see on your screen, very easy to understand it. This is our ribbon. This is nothing but our ribbon. In ribbon, we are considering home, create, external data, database tools, fields, table, and etc. So these are nothing but what? Ribbon. And you can find these groups. What the groups are? Add and delete, properties, formatting, field validations, and views. So these are the groups. Next one is file tab. The file tab is below the Access button. Yes, as you can see below the Access button, here it is the file. This is the Access and this is the file tab. Okay then. And when clicked, it opens a menu which provides options for various database related tasks such as open, save, and print databases. Yes, it is what providing? It is providing open. We can open a database, we can save a database, and we can also print a database. And it provides option to change various settings in Access. We can change the path, or we can change the location where we want to save it, and etc. So this is how we have discussed file tab, title bar, and ribbon. Now we will discuss the navigation pane. As the name is suggesting, that navigation pane is nothing but it is describing where our database objects being located. Okay. the navigation pane located in the left part of the Access window and displays lists of various database objects. Okay, it lists down that which database object we are currently working on. That's simple. Next is work area. The Access work area, also called workspace, and is the area where all our database objects such as tables, forms, queries, and reports are displayed. So this is the work area which we are going to use throughout this session, and it will consist table, forms, queries, and reports. So it has a tabbed layout. Tabbed layout means it will contain a rectangular boxes. That means we can consider it as a row and column group, which help in opening and viewing multiple objects in the same work area. Okay, getting my point, students? Give your consent by sending thumbs up. And then we will discuss the record navigation bar. Record navigation bar is the record navigation bar present at the bottom of the workspace. Displays controls to navigate through records, apply filters on data, and search for particular data. So this, as you can see, that record navigation bar means that it will allow us to search any data. It will allow us to filter our data and sort our data. Supposingly, I need to sort my data according to alphabetical order, then I can sort it down with the record navigation bar also, and I can filter it also. So this is how we have completed, or we had done the basic tools of Microsoft Access. Now I will tell you some basic terminologies related to table structure. Okay, so table structure means that which kind of structure we are going to use in our table. Students, this is very complex things to understand which type of data we consider while we are creating any table. We may include any text, we may include any number. Okay, we may include currency, date and time, and etc. So these are our data domain. Okay, so according to that, table structure has been made. Okay, so the table structure defines the kind of table and the fields it has. So which type of table we are going to create, it defines the structure. And it defines the name, first of all, size, and types of various fields. Which type of field we are going to deal with. Supposingly, I am creating a field, I am creating a column which name is name. So it will consist only the text, very easy to understand thing. Okay, I am not going to insert my name as 1, 2, 3, 4, or you can say in numerical form. So you need to know that which kind of data type, mark my point, students, which kind of data type. That means what are the type of data we are going to deal with. So there are different data type in Access. Let us discuss some of them. So the very first and the very important and very frankly we use is text. A text field contains letters, numbers, and symbols. The number in a text field are considered as text and cannot be used for calculation. Mark my point, you can include the numbers, but if you will allow the arithmetical operations into it, then it will not reflect to the result. Supposingly you are using text and you are inserting 22, 23, 24. But if you want to multiply it, add it, subtract it, so it will not allow you to do so. Why? Because it is considering it as text. Okay. Next is number. Yes, any numerical field that we are going to use will be referred as number. Number may be anything. Okay. Just like 1406, 198129 and etc. It will not accept letters or other symbol. It will only focus on numbers or the numerical data. Okay. Now we will discuss the auto number. Auto number means it is used in primary key fields. Primary key fields, that means for uniquely identifying the data. The data which is not going to be repeat. For that we are using the auto number. Why we are using auto number? Because it will ensure us that it will not repeat that data. If it will repeat, then how we can uniquely identify it? Okay, supposingly I have been assigned a roll number which includes 4 digits 1001. And let's say, for example, Akshita Bothra has been also assigned a roll number and it's also containing 1001. So it is unique or not? No, it's not unique. So for unique set of values, we need a auto number. Okay, so it will regenerate the numbers according to the data. Getting my point? Next is currency. Yes. Once we are dealing with data, so it will also include several kind of currency also. We may require to add euros, dollars on the Indian rupees also. So for doing that, we use the currency, and it also allows decimal numbers. Okay. And it may include commas. Next is date and time. Yes. Once again, if we are creating any kind of real life applications related table, then we will also include date and time. So if we are going to consider date and time, then we will consider the date and time, data type. Okay. It will allow us to put the date, time, months, and the day in the AM or PM format also. But calculation is not allowed. Calculation is once again not allowed. Memo. A memo field contains long text with all kinds of data. It is used for detailed description. Just like the comment box. In comment box, you can write lengthy data, long text. Okay. So that's how you can relate this memo to your comment box also. Next is yes or no. Yes, this is very interesting option, in which if you are going to deal with only yes or no option or characters, then you are going to use this field. So a logical field, mark my point, it will refer as the logical. Either it will be true or either it will be false. So yes or no format. So this is how we have understood the table structure. Now, after discussing the table structure, now we are ready to create tables. So we are considering the databases management system. It is not as similar to creating the tables in which we are going to create in the Excel or Word. Now it include our logics, it will include our arithmetical expressions also. Okay. So tables are the fundamentals data building blocks of a database. If you are going to consider the database, so database ka heart kya hai? Tables. So tables are the building blocks. Unless we have database tables with data values stored in them, no other database objects can be created. That means if we are working on tables, that means we are working only on tables. No other database object can be created. That means no query, no result reports can be created simultaneously. We can generate it from that table, but simultaneously we cannot handle two database objects. Because it's not an object, it's a complete set of values. So there are mainly two ways to create a table. First way is datasheet view. Second one is design view. Mark my point, students. We are going to create tables first of all. But for creating that table, we have two options. The very first option is datasheet view. Second option is design view. So we are going to consider how we can create a table using datasheet view. Okay. So in this method, Access displays a new blank table, table 1, opened in a datasheet view, and we can add fields to this table and enter data in it. Okay. So it is simple. You can see on your screen that if you will click on this create, then you will find a table tab. If you will click on this table tab, it will allow you to create a table according to you. You may create the table choosing by a number of rows and columns, or you can drag it down also by just putting tab key, and tab key. So yeah, click on the create tab, and from the tables group, click on table option. And the second step is the new table opens automatically in datasheet view. As you can see, notice the new table contains a field name ID. So this is our auto number, which I have told you. The ID will be generated automatically, or you can say the by default with the Access. You do not need to insert it. It will be auto generated. But if you want to change its name, supposingly you don't want to give the name ID to it, you can change the name it also. You can give as a serial number, roll number, marks, or etc. Whatever you name you want to give. So if you want to rename the field, double click on the field heading showing the name ID and give suitable name, whatever the name you want to give it. Okay. And then step 3, click on the next column header, click to add. Here you can see if you want to create another column, because we are going to create a table. So we are not only inserting one row, one column. So if we need to create one more column, then we need to click to add. If we will click to add, then one more column will be inserted. Getting my point? and then it will ask us which type of data you are going to use. So if we are going to use, or if we are going to insert name, father's name, address, then we will select text. But if we are going to insert marks, age, then we are going to use number. Supposingly I'm going to use to insert amount, then I will use currency. Okay. And the default header name field 1 will appear in the selected mode. Enter the name for the field and press tab key to move on the next column. So, and repeat the process until our field being selected. Click on save and then give the suitable name. So don't worry, I am going to show you the practical implementations also, but first we are considering the theoretical portion. The very first method, we came to know how we can design it. Now I am going to show this practically manner also. So this is my desktop, and yes, it's my start button. I will click on this Microsoft Office. It's already been installed. Here, I will click on this Microsoft Office Access. So it will take 1 minute to install. Okay, sorry. Here is my database created already. So I will double click on it. It may take some time to load it. So here you can see create. Okay. In create, I am clicking on the table. Here you can see. If once I have clicked this table, then here you can see ID is automated generated. Now add new field. If I will double click on it, so I can add new field. Supposedly I need to insert name. What if I need to insert one more? Then I will, just a second. I have given the name column is student name, and now you can see add new field also. So supposedly I am giving here as a father name. Okay, here I can add the age also. Okay. So you can sort it also. You can text filter equals to double equals to ends with and etc. And here you can enter the values. Supposingly I am entering here Praveen. I am entering here, let's say my father name. Here I am entering 24, and here you can see. So it's already been automated and my ID is being given to 4. So this is how you can insert the data also. And if you want to change the data type, so select this, and here you will find data type. So you can select the data type from text, memo, number, date, time, currency, yes or no, early object, and etc. Supposingly I need to select the data type for this tab. So I can also select it from text, memo, number, and etc. Okay. So here in ID section, you can see that it is unique already. You can see it is unique. And if I will click on this is required, that means user cannot left this alone. Okay. यानी कि इसको आप empty नहीं छोड़ सकते. So this is how I have shown you how you can create a table from the very first method. Now I'm going to save it also. Here you can save this. Table name, what the table name you want to give? I am giving this table name as class 8. So my table class 8 here you can see is being created. So this is how we understood how to create a table by using datasheet view. Hope it is clear to everyone. Now we will discuss on the creating table using design view, how you can create table using design view also. So in this method, a table structure is created first. First, we will create table structure. We will pre-decide that which kind of field name and what will be its data type. Supposingly, I want to create a table in which I want to include name, age, and salary. Only 3 columns I want to add. Okay. So I will predefine it. How I will predefine it? I will select my field name to name, salary, and age, and its data type name. For name, I will select text. For salary, I will select number, and for age I will also select the number, or you can select salary to currency also. So click on create table. Okay, what you need to do is you need to click on create table. There you will find tables group. Click on table design option. A blank table structure will open in a design view. Here you can see the design view is divided in two sections: field grid area or field properties area. Field grid area is used to specify the field name and its field type. Here you can see this is the field name grid area and this is the data type grid area. And in field name you will give the field name, as simple as you can see, and in the data type you will select the data type. Step 3. Click in the data type column and choose the suitable type for that field. Repeat the above process to add rest of the table fields. Once finished with the process of defining table fields, save your table and give it to a suitable name. I hope you have understood it. So now practically implement it. Okay, here is the create. You can find the tables group here. You will find table design here. Now, this is our table design. As you can see on your screen, this is our field name. This is our data type. Supposingly, I want to give name. Okay. I can't choose the name because the name is a reserved word. So I am writing student name. Look, it already been selected. Now I'm going to insert age and I will select here from a number there. Then I will select salary. And if I click here, then I will select currency. Okay. Now I have done, I have created. Now I will give a table name. Table name supposingly example 08. Primary key हमने नहीं दिया, तो I think we need to give a primary key also. So let's say I am using serial number as primary key. Okay, I can't use this dots. Okay, नाराज मत होइए. So here I can make it as a primary key for ID. So I need to create a primary key also. So I will select my field and here I can select it as a primary key. Okay. Now if I will select it, if I will save it, then it will be saved. Okay. So this is how we have created our table. So there are two ways you can create a table. As you can see, student name, age, salary, and SR. SR means serial number or whatever the name you can give, and you can enter the values in it. Okay, so there are the two methods from which we can create a table. So our next topic is primary key. The very interesting topic is primary key. Why I'm saying this? Students, just consider a very real life scenario. All of you have been assigned a scholar number when you fill the admission form. Okay, forget the scholar number. Everyone has been assigned a roll number. Can you please tell me all the roll number is same or repeated? Your answer will be no. Why we don't repeat? Why we do not create same roll numbers to every student? Because it should be unique. It must be unique indeed. Why we are saying that unique and unique again and again? Because if we want to uniquely identify anyone, so we need a particular data set. So that data set will be primary key. So the primary key is a field which will be unique in whole table. Supposingly Akshat, Anjali, Anshul, all three are reading in section 8B. Supposingly, I am saying this as example. How will I uniquely identify him? Akshat, so maybe their father, mother name may be same. I can't rely on the Akshat Kumar name because there may be more than one Akshat in my class. Getting my point? एक से ज्यादा अक्षर भी तो हो सकते हैं मेरी क्लास में, तो मैं उनको यूनिकली आइडेंटिफाई कैसे करूंगा? फिर मैं क्या पता उनके फादर मदर नेम पे जाऊं, तो पॉसिबिलिटी देखिए फादर मदर नेम में भी कई बार सेम होने के चांसेस हो सकते हैं. वी आर कंसीडरिंग द पॉसिबिलिटी. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि फादर मदर नेम सेम ही होंगे, बट हम कैसे कह सकते हैं उसको? अब आप कह रहे हैं कि हम उसके ए से स्टार्ट करेंगे, तो बट ए से नाम तो बहुत सारे हैं, तो हम उसको यूनिकली आइडेंटिफाई कैसे करेंगे? इससे अच्छा हमने क्या दे दिया, एक नंबर दे दिया। एक नंबर देने से, यूनिकली फील्ड देने से हम क्या कर सकते हैं कि हाँ, इस प्राइमरी की का मतलब है, इस रोल नंबर का मतलब है कि ये अक्षय कुमार से बिलोंग करता है, और मैं अब अक्षत कुमार नेम नहीं कंसिडर करूंगा, मैं अब उसका रोल नंबर कंसिडर करूंगा कि हाँ, इस रोल नंबर के ये जो है मार्क्स आए हैं, ये इसकी डिटेल्स है। ठीक है, तो जो भी हमारी टेबल में, द होल टेबल contains one field which is unique from all other field, so it is known as primary key. A table should have at least one field that has a unique value for each record students. Okay, and this field is called the primary key of that table. For example, in school's database, the roll number of each student uniquely identifies each student. Okay, and two students can have the same name, but they can never have the same roll number. So the roll number field is the primary key. Got my point, students? A primary key does not allow null values. Null value means that we cannot left it empty. We need to insert a data, that's for sure. And a primary key must always have a unique value. Yes, we cannot repeat the values also. Supposingly I have assigned Abhishek Dhaka to 101, and I cannot assign 101 to Anjali Singhal also. So data must be unique, and we have to insert the data. We cannot left it as null or as empty. So how you can assign a primary key, as I have shown you? So select the field name, which you want to create as primary key. Click on primary key option, as you can see here in the tools groups in the design tab. A key indicator gets added to the left to the field name and in the field grid area. If you will assign this roll number to the primary key, so you can see a symbol over the roll number. Click on save button on the quick access toolbar to save the changes. So this is how you can make a primary key. So now it's your assignment. The assignment is very simple. Using table design view. This is the table design view which we have considered. This is the table design view. What you need to do, you need to create a table. The field name are as follows. You need to add 4 columns. Item code, product name, price, quantity sold. So item code को आपको क्या करना है, ऑटो नंबर बनाना है, यानी कि वो क्या रहेगा आपका प्राइमरी की. Product name will be your text. You don't consider it as salt text. You can consider it as text only. Price will be in currency and quantity sold will be in number. Now set the field item code. It is the item code as primary key. And save the table as product, और इस टेबल का नाम आपको क्या देना है, product. So how many of you will do? Raise your hand. Okay, so this is how we have completed the primary key and the table structure. Now I think it's enough for today. So please take care, and we will proceed this chapter in earlier days.